First of all, thanks for coming. We wanted to bring everyone together here, and you're going to hear from a couple folks, and they'll be available for questions afterwards if you need them. Obviously, our Fire Chief, Tom Ford, is here. Our Director of Neighborhood Empowerment, Jake Slater. Sal Ruggiero, who basically is going to spearhead this entire program, is here as well, and Dr. Douglas Holt, who is the Health Director for Hillsborough County, correct? In light of what's been going on around the state of Florida, we decided not to wait for the politicians in Washington, D.C. to act. We're going to take action ourselves. And we recognize that there is a lot that, as a city, that we can't do, but I know that there is a lot that we can do, and we can be proactive in terms of negating the environment, if you will, in which mosquitoes breed. You know, when I took office in 2011, we had over 4,000 houses in some state of mortgage foreclosure or mortgage distress. Many of them were abandoned, like this house right here, lending itself to the creation of opportunities for neglect. As you have seen in this house, there is a pending demolition order on this particular house. But at many of these houses, you would come and find circumstances like what we see behind us, which is a pool and that has not been maintained, which will provide some of the best breeding grounds for mosquitoes that you could possibly imagine. We have reduced that number significantly as a result of a lot of very aggressive code enforcement efforts, as well as the economy picking up a little bit. We have gone in and gotten private money to rehab a lot of these houses. But there still exist in our community circumstances like this. But equally as important, there are a lot of issues of standing water. Obviously, we're in the middle of the rainy season. We are experiencing storms every day. There are a lot of opportunities and places where water can collect. It doesn't take much for these mosquitoes to breed. And so we are going to be aggressive about going out and identifying those areas and those circumstances and those situations where we can affect some change. These abandoned pools are one of those circumstances. The very best thing that we can do, and the starting point for protection from mosquito bites and possible transmission of Zika, is what you see right here. These repellents, some of which contain DEET, others do not, is the best thing that we can do to prevent being bitten by mosquitoes and making sure that mosquitoes don't bite our kids and our loved ones as well. So I've started dosing my kids in the morning before they go to school. We spray them down with bug spray, and I would encourage all of you with your family members to do the very same thing. This is the first step. The second step is what you're about to hear today, and that is that we are going to go on a very, very aggressive program of identifying sources where mosquitoes can breed and using what are called dunks. This is a dunk. These are what we will use as we travel around the city, and you see all of our code inspectors here and our neighborhood services people. These are the folks that are out here on the streets every day. They know where the problem areas are. They know where the abandoned houses are. They know where the standing water tends to collect. And we have purchased 3,600 of these dunks that we will distribute, and they will distribute as they make their rounds through the city, to throw them into pools, to throw them into retention ponds, to throw them into swales, to throw them into areas that hold standing water, and this will kill any mosquito or any larvae that's contained within. This is important. This is one of the steps that we can take as a city. We don't do mosquito control normally. That is a function of the county. The county vehicles are what you see during the spraying, but we can control situations like this. And so these men and women that you see behind me, over the next couple weeks, are going to be deploying these dunks throughout the city, and I think eliminating a lot of the areas where mosquitoes are going to breed. I'm going to have Sal Ruggiero come up and explain to you what that process will look like, and then Dr. Holt will be available from the health department's perspective if you have any questions involving the science and the transmission, the number of cases that we have in Hillsborough County. We have 14 cases currently. All of them are travel related. But we want to make sure that we eradicate and eliminate any potential opportunities for mosquitoes to breed to the extent we can. So, Sal, come on up and explain what these amazing folks that you see behind me will do with these dunks.
Thank you. Good morning. We have 45 inspectors, code inspectors, currently assigned to code enforcement, and an additional 38 neighborhood enhancement folks that are out there every day making sure our neighborhoods look good. We're going to distribute these dunks to each employee so that, like the mayor said, when they spot a problem, they can go ahead and address it at that point. The other thing that we're going to ask is that we need some help from the public, because they see houses like this in their neighborhood. They see situations in their neighborhood that we may not see, and we're going to ask them to call 274-5545 and give us information on areas that we can assist in trying to keep these types of situations down. So I think we have a pretty good solid response with the employees out here. We can get some public assistance. I think it'll only make better with the complaints, and we can try to get a handle on this. Just one other thing, on September 16th, myself and my supervisors are going to attend a training seminar with mosquito control with the county. So I think that'll be a good thing. We'll get some more information on how to combat this situation. But for now, we have a pretty good plan, an initial response. I think we'll sustain it as long as the emergency is in existence, and we're ready to go as of today. Thanks.
We would have a request of the folks that are watching this, and that is go out in your backyard. I mean, I did this yesterday. I have a couple fountains in our back property. Any overturned planter, any opportunity in the backyard for mosquitoes to grow, fix it. Turn it over, get rid of that standing water, put one of these dunks in the decorative fountains. There are lots of opportunities that normally we wouldn't pay attention to in our backyards or on our street that we now, I think, have the opportunity to go correct and to eliminate the potential breeding grounds for mosquitoes. The folks behind me will be visiting the tire shops and the recycling centers and the junkyards, which tend to have lots of opportunities for standing water, lots of opportunities for mosquitoes to breed. They will be making these folks aware of what we are doing, providing them with some of these dunks to help eradicate it. But each individual homeowner needs to do their part. I mean, you could have a pot in the back with a dead plant in it where there's this much water in it, and that's all that it takes for these mosquitoes to breed. So again, use this. First weapon, first line of defense. Take care of your kids. Spray them down, just like we have grown accustomed to putting suntan lotion on our kids. Make sure we now put mosquito repellent on them as well.